Welcome to the live, guys. We're gonna get started very soon. I'm gonna hit you guys with some music, well, a little instrumental or something, and then we're gonna get started on this hot topic for today. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, guys. What's up? Welcome to the live. Appreciate y'all for coming. If you're ready to learn about how to unplug from the matrix, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. I just feel like, I'm gonna stop playing because last year I don't believe I did a live on, Thanksgiving. But I know one thing. This year we're gonna really talk about it. Christmas was coming and all we're gonna really talk about it because a lot of people let me know if you can hear me as well. Yeah, so we back. All right. I don't own any copyrights to this music, instrumentals or whatever the case may be. Um, do me a favor and hit the lights for me. All right. I got husband on deck, y'all. Mm-hmm. So I actually had to write down some notes on this one, y'all, because I don't want to forget what I'm talking about, Had a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about regarding this topic about, unplugging away from the matrix. And I believe I have a few videos I wanted to play as well. Um, Let me tell y'all something. It's time to really stop playing. Please stop playing. And I know it's like, what is she talking about? Stop playing. We're not playing. Look, sometimes it's just good to like put the pride away and understand that yes, we are living in the end times. Y'all actually see everything that's going on. You see the things that's happening in the White House. You see how they have literally played with the minds of people with the food stamp situation, it's like you can it if you're a spiritual person, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. You will understand exactly what I mean. You will be able to feel that shift in the atmosphere. You can feel the depression, the anxiety, the anger. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally feel that. And I felt that in the atmosphere the minute that they start playing with the food stamps or whatever. You could just feel the anger from everybody. And when I went out in public, let me tell y'all a true story. This was when they said you're not getting your food stamps, right? It was warm outside that day, and I took my daughter for a walk. We walked past. This was when the thing, clips and stuff like that on YouTube from TikTok was going viral, and people talking about what they gonna do and how they gonna run up in the stores, and then you got people crying and boohooing because they're like, we need to feed our children type things. And, people were forced to go to food pantries or whatever the case may be, right? Which turned out to actually really be a scare anyway. But anyway, I'm walking with my daughter. This old lady was standing at the bus stop. She turned around and she said, oh, I can't believe this is really happening. God bless the children. So I said, what? you know, and why I said it like that, because it's like, ma'am, you don't have to feel sorry for me. You don't have to feel, it's a spider right here. Oh, hold on one second. A little jumping, tiny little spider, but I don't like spiders. Um, I'm like, chick, you don't gotta feel sorry for me. You know, I'm not like other people. I know how to make it work. I know how to survive. Real talk. Been there. Been there. You know, trust me. And then, she was just so afraid and so fearful that she literally looked at my daughter and said, "Oh my goodness, God bless the little children through this." And I'm like, y'all really out here scared and afraid because the government that you relied heavily on decides randomly that they want to just not only shut down the government, but shut down the damn food stamps. When they shut down the food stamps, you shut down. Remember? Remember you shut down 2 weeks ago? Remember when the shutdown made the people shut down a few weeks ago? It's not the fact that I wouldn't accept her. She didn't pray for me. It's not the fact that I didn't accept her prayer. It's the fact that she's living in fear and I'm not. I just didn't accept the fact that she didn't even know me or my child, but she immediately said, "Oh, goodness." Like she was just trembling. And she kept staring at us as we walked away. The thing is, I don't need a person who's going to be in fear to pray for me. What are you praying for me for if you live in fear? I'm just saying, I don't want that type of, I don't want that energy around me and me and mine's. But I'll pray for her though, you know? Because see, the thing is, I'm not like everybody else. Everybody else probably were living in fear. People with children, because they afraid that they're not going to be able to feed their children. Me and my family, we know how to make things work, and trust me, we know how to make it work. My child is not picky. She will literally eat anything. And she's a really healthy eater. She don't eat other junk. But anyway, that's besides the point. You know, let's get back to it. Exactly. She assumed that she needed help. Not knowing, exactly, not knowing that we God fearing. That's the thing. She might have been a very genuine woman, but genuinely in fear at the same time. See, people, and this is no disrespect to the person that was in the live stream, but I just want to say this: like, people, they they don't think detailed enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's stuff right there that'll just fly right over your head. It's right there in your face, but it'll fly right over your head if you let it. You got to pay attention. You have to be aware. You got to be conscious enough to be aware, though. When you aware, it's like you literally look at everything differently. You side eye everything, you question everything, you everything needs to. I pretty much, when certain things happen, I look at things from another angle. I look at everything from different angles, to be honest. I don't even look at society the same like how I used to. Okay, I don't trust everybody. You know what I'm saying? We living in a times where this is the time of deception. Nothing but snakes out there. Snakes in the grass. I'm so aware that I don't trust everybody. Yep. I take talking to people very seriously, because if I even spot that you don't deserve me talking to you, I'll let you know and just walk away. A lot of people talk a bunch of nothing nowadays. They just be talking. And don't even be talking about nothing, just be rambling on. Don't even be talking about nothing but a job and money. And that's actually what we're about to get to today, by the way. Um I always do a lot of talking and rambling on before I start showing the videos too. That's just the way how I do it. And I had wrote down a few things. And I'm sorry. You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. I apologize to the people who I am disturbing away from, eating your good food and but hey, you here and obviously it looks like you want to listen, right? At 2 o'clock p.m., we know 2 o'clock p.m. is the time to face the family that don't give two fucks about you. And that's just the honesty. It's about to be a lot of uncomfortable truths on here today. So if you're not willing to listen to that, hey, you know what to do. It's the exit button. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. When people are embarrassed, cause I look. Let me tell y'all. Oh, by the way, I don't want people to assume that I'm trying to judge them. Okay, so I have to say that my journey, it was a learning experience. I learned from my past. And I'm just here to try to help everybody else as well. Sorry if it feels like I'm bashing you, but honestly, I'm really not. I'm just going to be telling some uncomfortable truths, and I'm just going to say it like how I would say it if I was talking to you. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people would hate me for that because it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So people, they try to look for the way that you say certain things, and then they try to base that off of rather they want to have a conflict with you or whatnot. They try to base that off of, do they like you or not? You feel me? But now it's also what you say. It ain't just how you say it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, I've been there. I've been there. Yep. And as a matter of fact, I am what, 3.5, 4 years in, no celebrating holidays. I used to idolize holidays just as well as you guys did. I used to sing Christmas carols and, gather around the, no, I'm just playing. I used to literally celebrate Christmas. I wasn't a really big fan of celebrating Halloween and stuff like that, but yeah, I used to celebrate Halloween. Um, it's okay. I understand that you're not ready to hear that the Matrix doesn't exist. It's just a word that people use, the Matrix, because it's similar. That's the thing. And you can make sure, yes, please get the trolls out. Um, it's okay that y'all don't want to accept it, but you will eventually. Hopefully, it won't be too late. Hopefully, it won't be too late. I'm just saying, I had to learn. And you know what? I'm actually glad that I did learn. I'm glad that I was I'm glad that I was conscious enough to want to learn. I'm glad that I was conscious enough to want to research. I'm glad that I wasn't the type of person that just go off of what someone else said. I wanted to do my own research and I really wanted to know, what am I celebrating and why am I celebrating it? I don't just want to be out here celebrating stuff and just sitting around with the family and eating on dry ass turkey, and hit or miss ass food. Just saying, I could cook at my own house. What am I doing? What are we doing? What is the purpose of this? Every time I come over here, we always somehow figure out a way to get into some sort of altercation with each other. They turn it into a doggone adult party. Now you done brought strippers and everything. Nah, I'm going too far with that. I'm just playing, but that's how it is in black families. They use these holidays as a way to turn up, get lit, go out, celebrate, keep celebrate all through the weekend, all when it's your days off work, you know. I'm just saying, celebrate. You just need a reason to celebrate. Excuse me. What's up, Muku? I think I said your name right. You said this is not for games. Play you. Yep, you'll be removed. Yep, gotta be able to be taught to teach. You feel me? So I'm just saying, when you was in school, you had to learn, right? Your teacher that you know that was a stranger when you first met her, but she actually wasn't a stranger no more because she was your teacher, and you had to see her every day of your life. She had to teach you, or he had to teach you. And then you grew up and then you had children. And your children happen to go to school learning the same thing that you used to learn. Ain't that something? So then you got to teach your children. But you know what? We got parents out here. Some of them are very selfish with teaching their children about things that they've learned back then. As a matter of fact, they get pissed off when they can't even remember themselves. So they slap the child upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, sorry I had to use that, to show y'all. But in black families, this is what we do. Um. Oh, what's up, 44? What's up? Welcome. You said to have the hate towards one another. Facts. You know what? I think a lot of people actually are interested in waking up and learning about Thanksgiving and what it's really about so they can stop celebrating. But the question is, do you really want to stop? Do you really want to stop? Are you afraid? Are you afraid that if you stop, you'll lose your family, you'll lose your friends? You got to think about something. In the time of need, are they really there? When you call on them, when you really, really need them, are they really there? Or is it God that's there? Because a lot of people, they so deep into celebrating holidays and they put God in it, but they know doggone well God ain't got nothing to do with it. And that's just the uncomfortable truth. You know he don't have nothing to do with what you're doing, what you're indulging in, what you're celebrating. Matter of fact, you'll learn today. Because I actually have a video that I want to play for y'all. A video that me and my husband did in the car. What was it, like 2, 3 years ago? About Thanksgiving. Said 2 years ago. 2 years ago. About Thanksgiving. In my notes, I had to write this one down. This is the uncomfortable truth. I know that you're sitting there with your plate on your lap or on your table watching me. Whatever you're doing, you're watching me. Whatever you're doing, I'm sure you're probably celebrating Thanksgiving. Some way, somehow. I'm sure that you see your family around you right now. Or are you in a room away from them? Did you have to escape them because you couldn't take it anymore? You know, the uncomfortable truth is that a lot of y'all, you know, you don't really like certain family members, but yet and still you push yourself to go around them. Now, what does that do for you? It got your heart racing, blood pressure up. You're probably sweating right now. Sweat dripping off your forehead because you around a bunch of people that you know really don't give a damn about you. I'm just saying. So anyway, I just want to go to this video. What's up, Pong? Oh, you said people be into it with their own family. Just make me a plate. I'm still beefing with. Look, been there. I'm only speaking from experience. And since I learned to just stop going around them. You don't need nobody to tell you that. Just stop. You old enough, you're grown enough. You don't have to get up and put your clothes on and tell your kids to put their clothes on so you can go over here and see a bunch of doggone family members that don't give a toot about you. You don't have to do that. What? You can cook at your own house. Hell, you can invite who you want over your own house if you want to. You don't have to push yourself to be around a bunch of friends and family and whatnot. You gotta understand that you gotta the times that we living in, you should reserve your peace. And I'm sure a lot of people know nothing about reserving your peace because you just so chaotic. All you do is you get up and you move about all day every day. It's to the point where you have no time for yourself whatsoever. Oh, I don't want to hear that you got time for yourself because you on the road and you're about to go to work. I don't want to hear that you got time to yourself because you went to go get your hair cut or your nails done or whatever the case may be. I don't want When have you ever had actual time for yourself? Time to really educate yourself. Because those around you, they don't want to be educated. They don't care. They dare you to come and tell them that you done learned something about the true origins behind Thanksgiving. They dare you to come tell them that. So they can clown you. So they can say, "Oh, here you go. What, you done join some type of a cult or something?" You know, it's a damn crying shame when you learn something new, something very important, something that you should really know, and you take it to other people and they believe that you're in a cult. They believe that somebody is teaching you this. I'm telling you. The one thing that is so scary, it ain't no damn aliens. You know, it's not area. I'm not even gonna say that. It's not no aliens for sure. But I can tell you what it is. It's a bunch of damn unconscious people that intend on actually remaining unconscious and aware. That has to be a very scary thing, to live your life every single day and not want to learn anything because you still believe that everything is a conspiracy. You still believe that, someone must have joined a cult, or they must be a Jehovah's Witness, or you make every excuse there is to hide what's true, what you know is true. Oh, now she's being religious. You know, they don't even want to talk about that anyway. Now she's being spiritual. You name it. I'm being religious, I'm being spiritual, scientific, and I must be listening to other people who's a part of a cult. I got the wrong information. They'll label you any damn thing. They will label you anything when you know the truth. It's a shame that, like I said, we live in a world where people will rather remain unconscious, remain unaware. They don't even want to be taught. Some people feel like it's too late. How can you feel like that though? But you celebrating Thanksgiving. Mm. How can you feel like it's too late to learn if you celebrating Thanksgiving? Right? Because according to the people that celebrate Thanksgiving or whatever, it's a day to be thankful. So how is it a day to be thankful if you don't want to be taught? Hold on, because when you're thankful, don't you think you need to put a very strong, horrible trait away? That's pride. You should put that away. How you gonna be thankful? Come on now. Y'all got so much pride. Like I said, that you don't even want to be taught. Timeliest, what's up? Shout out to you for the $2 donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, 44 balls. How can you celebrate a holiday when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed every single day? Unthankful, actually. On Monday, you pissed off. Tuesday, you irritated. Wednesday, you got a little bit of happiness. Thursday, oh, getting close to the Friday, you about to be real happy now. It's payday on Friday, so now you real happy. Saturday, you spending your money, so you a little bit of tight, A little irritable now because you're spending your money. Sunday, gotta go to church, a little irritated, but happy because I have to go to church. So let me put a smile on my face. Let me say hallelujah right on. Then you go home, eat a Sunday dinner, wake up the next day. What's the next day? The day that everybody in America hates, Monday. Fucking Monday. How do you hate a day that was created by the same government who created Thanksgiving, a holiday that you happen to love so much? You know, this thing that gets me right here. You love Thanksgiving, right? You love Christmas. You love every holiday that government has created, but you hate Gov. You hate government. You want to know why you hate him? Because he played with your food stamps. Yeah, but you love him at the same time because he gave you your food stamps back. You see how that work? Toxic, ain't it? Yeah, one truth above. Um, oh, what's up, Demi? What's up? Um, come on, man. You hate y'all got a love-hate relationship for this system that actually happened to create the same holidays that you celebrate. Same holidays that you celebrate. It's crazy. So I got a few videos that I actually want to react to. I saved it in my playlist. And some of them is actually funny. It's like skits or whatever. But it tells the damn truth about black families. Um on Thanksgiving, I can only speak from experience. One truth above. I don't know who you are, but that's pretty cool if that is true. you know, never know who you will run into. But especially on social media is starting to be a small world for real. Because they really are putting people in your videos, or like people coming across your live streams in your videos and stuff that lives nearby you. So I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah. Okay. Where is it? I think this is it. So this is a video actually that me and my husband had did a few years ago. A couple years ago about Thanksgiving. And I actually had read out the real facts, the real true origin behind Thanksgiving. This is about to be a little uncomfortable for you guys, so I'm not sure if you want to hear this. But if you do, hey, listen up. If you want to know why we don't partake in these holidays, it is because it got a lot of strong demonic, satanic rituals that's tied to it. And you wonder why people dying and stuff and getting killed around the holiday times, especially here in Chicago. Especially in Chicago. It's just common sense. You're celebrating something very evil and wicked. And the evil and wicked things, you're conjuring it up through your celebrations. You know? You don't even, the thing is, a lot of people don't even know what they're celebrating. They're just celebrating because their family celebrated it. So I want to play this video.
Crazy, y'all. What's up, man? It's your boy King Lou, man. What it do? So my woke people, I'm talking about woke with your mind and woke about your sleep. I got wifey in the building with me, Danny TV. Y'all go subscribe, man. Don't forget to subscribe.
And y'all can go watch this video on his channel as well. He's in the he's my mod. That's my husband. Y'all can go to his channel and you'll see this video from 2 years ago. It's called Pagan Holiday. And we talked about the true origin behind Thanksgiving.
Comment.
Please make sure that you're getting the trolls out. Hold on, what? You said welcome in everyone. Begging my wife for her number through a super chat. You know, just weird. Just weird, but it ain't nothing but the devil trying to throw us off, y'all. I'm telling you. You know, he's gonna come in all different types of forms, trolls and everything. So just pay attention, y'all.
Like, share, whatever you want to do, man. But we finna go in today. Shout out Martin Messages. Nah, but I was just listening to my wife talk about pagan holidays and specifically Thanksgiving, man. And what was you saying again? Because you said for everybody out there that's so uneducated what this day really means. Just read it to y'all. Every year, on the fourth Thursday of November, the tragic history of the destruction.
Y'all listening? I'm not even, forget the trolls. At the end of the day, we got the mind to get them up out of here. Y'all listening to this though? Real talk. Every year. Let me go back a little bit. Every year. Just listen.
Just read it to y'all. Every year, on the fourth Thursday of November, the tragic history of the destruction of Native American tribes is celebrated as Thanksgiving in the United States. What is seen as a joyous celebration by most Americans is likely a horrible day for many Native Americans. It reminds them of a collective tragedy. Little did their forebears know that welcoming white European colonists will result in the near total eradication of Native American tribes and cultures. So all in all, it's like a slap in the face to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is sitting up here worshiping and celebrating around the world something that was traumatic to them. You know?
Do you hear that? People are literally celebrating. They got the little kids in school drawing turkeys and, you know, this is funny to them. It's like a slap in the face. You're celebrating something that you're not supposed to be celebrating.
No, they experienced oppression and and you know what's sad though? It was done by the white people. It was done by the white people. Us as black people complain 24/7 about what the white man do to us. We complain about reparations.
Hey, I'm just saying. And by the way, this is not starting any race wars or anything, you know. This video was made 2 years ago, and I was explaining the race of people that was held that should have been. Just listen.
We complain about not having a holiday, them not giving us a holiday, and all this weird stuff.
Should be grateful that you got the Juneteenth. You know, still don't know what you're celebrating, but you celebrating though. You just happy that they gave you a day to celebrate.
Yet and still, we sitting up here celebrating with the white people a day that they traumatized the hell out of these Native American people. Every fourth Thursday of November. That's a slap in the face to them.
I bet you y'all ain't know that. In this video, first thing first, if you gonna unsubscribe,
Okay.
because
And if you gonna unsubscribe based off of just hearing this from 2 years ago, go right ahead.
this, go ahead. I don't care. Go find somebody who you want to follow that worship those whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Before we even really get into it, because my thing is, a lot of y'all want to be dumbed down. Y'all don't want to know the truth. Y'all want to be led the wrong way and all that. But that ain't how I am, and that ain't what I'm finna talk about. We finna talk about the real truth. And like my wife was just saying, at the end of the day, how many of y'all can comment and say y'all knew that already? You know what I'm saying? And also, at knowing it though, how many of y'all really stop celebrating it though? Because a lot of
Come on now. People be so thirsty to say, I already knew that. Oh, you did? So, wait a minute. So you knew that and you still comfortable celebrating? That's diabolical. That means that you're doing the celebration of something that you already knew about with ill intentions because you know. So obviously Ezekiel, however you say your name, Carlos, maybe you didn't read the title. I'm trying to ask you guys to unplug away from Thanksgiving. You feel me? You said maybe Juneteenth made up for reparations for black folks. I was thinking that. You know, y'all complained about not getting reparations. You complained about not having a holiday. Well, they decided to give you a holiday. There you go. You happy? You still don't know what you're celebrating though, but hey, holiday. Holiday, black people. There you go. And it's just crazy because being that a lot of black folks felt a way about not having a holiday and everybody else gets one, it's like they're celebrating the holidays that everybody else celebrates. They're celebrating those holidays until they can get them a holiday to celebrate. And when Juneteenth, I don't see the satisfaction from black folks anymore because Juneteenth came around, and I'm telling you, last year wasn't nobody out here really celebrating Juneteenth. And if you were, you know doggone well there ain't no black unity because they use Juneteenth to try to say black unity. They use Juneteenth for that reason. You said they call out Thanksgiving because national colonization. They just don't have the same ring to it. People ignorant. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? See? They in the chat. And they will try to distract you any type of way. They don't want you to know what's true. A lot of people out here do know what they're celebrating, to be honest. A lot of people do. And a lot of people know doggone well they're not supposed to be celebrating this stuff, but they still do it. You know, I had a family member tell me, hey, Even though you don't want to go over here with me to this family's house, let's still go so we can get some plates. So we can get us some plates and we can leave. Little did I know, we went over there and we stayed. And we started washing dishes. And I guess you might as well had called us slaves. Cause we started picking greens, some more greens for the next holiday that came around. Next thing you know, they in there cleaning chitlins, sweeping and mopping floors, cleaning up after everybody's mess. Because really, that's what it's really all about with a lot of these black families. There's a lot of division within the black families. It's to the point where if you go over there the day before Christmas or the day before Thanksgiving, you're going to have to help them cook some food. They're going to use you. They use these holidays to use you. They need you to help them in the kitchen, even though they don't like you. Uh, you said not. Nah, you can just get them up out of here. Get them out of here. Evidently they know what they're doing. They know it. They know what they're doing. They know that they're being a distraction, and they intentionally saying it. you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. They actually that the way how they're saying that. I'm not saying it's a family member of mine's, but they act just like a family member of mine's that disrespects the hell out of my beliefs to the point where they will continue to say Happy Holidays, Happy Thanksgiving anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Mother's Day, and it's like so disrespectful, bro. They want everybody to respect them, but they have no respect for you and your beliefs. They don't even take you serious enough to respect your beliefs because you ain't presenting yourself like somebody who needs to be. You need to be wearing a garment over your head or on your body or something in order for them to respect your beliefs. The fact that I'm even dressed, normal like everybody else and look normal, and I tell a person I don't celebrate holidays, they immediately result in, what, are you Jehovah Witness? Well, why don't you celebrate holidays? You don't believe in God? Well, why don't you now they trying to act like they calling you out for you not doing what they're doing. Well, obviously, you must not have a job if you don't celebrate holidays. It got to be something. Something. What is it? Then as soon as you tell them, oh, it doesn't say that we should celebrate holidays in the Bible. It's like, well, show me where it says that. Show me where it says that in the Bible. Y'all just bring up the Bible with everything. You don't have to live your life according to the Bible, but they be at church on Sunday though, saying, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Yeah, those type of people. They want to clown you for not celebrating the holiday, but they at church every Sunday. They very faithful to pastor. They don't, hey, when it's time for offering, tithe and offering, they don't miss a beat. They know they have to pay their dues to the pulpit pastor. We don't celebrate at all. That's what y'all not understanding. I'm not, you know what? I'm not sure that you understand or not. Celebrate what once a year? I haven't celebrated a holiday in 4 years. Well, my bad, 3.5 years. Yeah, I'm different. And I know a lot of people just don't like that. You know what? You'll be different one day too if you can just listen. I feel like what's wrong with the world is they just don't read anymore. They don't research because they don't read. They don't research because their attention spans is too short. They can't even sit down long enough to read a full page. They can't read unless it's something off the internet, unless it requires scrolling. Then they can read. If it's social media and it says that, then they can read. But people don't just go to things anymore and do their research. If they hear it coming from you, a normal looking person, what? They ain't gonna believe you. But if you're just some celebrity or some big YouTuber, then they'll believe you. Then they'll believe you. And that's a shame. That's a shame. One thing that you will eventually be grateful to have is consciousness. It's awareness. It's really, really wanting to know the truth. Really craving to know the truth. You will be grateful once you have that. I promise. You will wake up grateful every single day, because then you'll start to see the world a whole lot more different. You'll start to be able to see that people don't have what you have. People don't think for themselves anymore. What? Think for yourself is a crime. You're committing a crime if you think for yourself. Now, you going a little too far. You overstepping your boundaries as an American citizen when you think for yourself. When you don't follow every trend. When you don't celebrate every holiday. When you pray. Oh, did I say that? Hey, you're a threat to society. But you got to be ready for that. See, a lot of y'all don't want to be labeled as criminals, because if you think differently and you think outside the box and you don't think like everybody else, people will look at you as an actual criminal. You'll be a damn threat to humanity just for simply thinking differently. And it's the fact that y'all not ready for that label. You don't want to have that label on you, so you want to stay in the position that you in, continuing on celebrating holidays, continuing on, tiring yourself out every day in your life. Can't sit still, don't have time for yourself. You're just going to continue on the cycle every day until you get so tired. But my thing is, will I know a lot of family members that have continued on the cycle for so long. It's to the point where they exhausted themselves completely, health issues, everything, because they failed to even want to know the truth. They knew what was true, but they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to hear that. So they continued on about their lives every single day, living wrong, doing wrong, knowing that they doing wrong, and saying, who are you to tell me? Who are you to judge? Only God can judge me. And like I said the other day, God is judging you. He's judging you every second, every minute, every hour on the hour. So yeah, he is judging you. It's the fact that people can't accept being told, people can't accept being told that they're wrong. People can't even accept, even if you ain't telling them that they're wrong, you just simply telling them what's true. And they get mad over that. They can't even accept that. They walk away from that. They'll block you. They'll hate you forever. They'll prey on your downfall just because you just wanted to simply tell them what was true and they didn't want to hear it. And like I said, I got family members that didn't put themselves in a position to where they can't walk. And they still continuing on the cycle. You know, bad health and all. They still don't want to learn. I don't want to go out like that. And I don't want other people to go out like that either. I really want people to learn and to know that this is a game to them. The system, the matrix, the people that run the matrix. And if you continue to play their game, then, you know, you'll be running the matrix with them as well. A lot of people have put themselves in a position to help these people run the matrix because they felt like they wasn't making enough money. So they decided to actually join the system. People are blinding themselves with money. And holidays, celebrating the holidays, you blinding yourself from the truth. As you celebrate that holiday today, I wonder what the system got planned up their sleeves next. Just saying. You said obviously they love Thanksgiving. Y'all need to start thanking the government for making this day. How many how many of y'all showed the government some appreciation? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just look, it's just the uncomfortable truth.
People, I noticed a lot of people know it and been they had been already aware of it for a very long time, but they still participate in it, and they still feel like, well, this is a way of life for us. This is how it goes for us. So you telling me you participating in this day that people were slaughtered and killed, and they lost family members and lost mothers, sisters, brothers, and all that.
Right.
You gotta celebrate this day by eating food and saying and saying that it's showing your thankfulness towards somebody that you eating with. Like, come on,
Come
man.
on, man. I ain't even gonna
Y'all
pause
don't
it.
even
I'm trying not to
understand.
pause it.
Like, this stuff is population control, though. Like, y'all don't even realize it. Like, I was just speaking with her about, and y'all sub to my wife's channel too, because I just I collab with her on a lot of videos. But I was just talking about in her video, we was talking about how all of a sudden they got turkeys, they got ham, they got chitlins. Like, they already stocked up on this stuff a week before they like they bought that stuff.
This is crazy because I'm telling you, people was flipping out a couple weeks ago because they were afraid that they were not going to get their food stamps for the Thanksgiving holiday. They needed that for Thanksgiving. What do you mean you're not giving us our food stamps, Daddy Government? Give us our food stamps. We need our food stamps so we can celebrate Thanksgiving. Without our food stamps, how can we celebrate? Then that means that you're not thankful, then, right? If you need food stamps to celebrate, that means that you're not thankful. That means that you're not thankful enough at all. Because why you can't celebrate Thanksgiving with what you have in your cabinets and in your refrigerator? I don't want to hear that you just got a gallon of milk and some orange juice and a loaf of bread and some applesauce. I don't want to hear that. So how am I gonna celebrate Thanksgiving like with that? That being what? Thankful. I'm trying to see what happened. I thought that Thanksgiving was a day to be thankful, to be grateful. So let me get this straight. Hold on. Damn, I just hold on. Can't wrap my head around this. You telling me that if you had never got your food stamps, you would have never been thankful. People, people. Wake up, people. Wake up. Y'all see that? Everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. Okay, hold on. Maybe I got to break it down so y'all can understand. Are y'all there? Shout out Stephen Darby. R.I.P. to that man. Let me break it down for y'all in case you don't understand what I'm saying. Thanksgiving to you guys that celebrate it is a day to give thanks. It's a day to be thankful, okay? Because let's be 100, that's all everybody ever knows. It's a day to be if you go up to a person and say, "What is the real reason why you celebrate Thanksgiving?" Cuz it's a day to be thankful. What? Okay. Day to be thankful. Day for you to be thankful and grateful, right? So to my people out there that celebrate Thanksgiving, that get food stamps, that was actually just not too long ago upset. I said upset, and I'm talking about the people that it really affected to the point where they became upset, to the point where they don't even know that they actually exposed themselves behind that. Because if you trust in God, if you believe in God, as you say you do, you would have believed that God had your back. You know, if you wasn't going to get your food stamps, he was going to be the one that was going to provide for you, not government. Okay? So you don't even know that you exposed yourself through that, to be honest. You showed who you really love most. Government. Okay? Now, the thing is, right? You became so upset that all you could think about was Thanksgiving. And you said, be damn, not getting my food stamps for Thanksgiving? How I'ma celebrate? So now you flipping out, right? All the while you doing all that flipping out, snapping out, ready to EBT snap on somebody for you not being able to get your food stamps, especially for the Thanksgiving holiday, and hopefully not Christmas, because like I said, all you got to do is tell the people no one more time, and they going to definitely EBT snap. But it's the fact that you couldn't just wrap your head around the fact that, you know, Thanksgiving is coming, and all you know is you ain't gonna be getting your food stamps. Tell me who really grateful. Tell me who really thankful. So what you celebrating Thanksgiving for then, huh? If that's what you celebrated for. Okay, what's your other reasoning then for celebrating Thanksgiving? Give me another good reason why you celebrate Thanksgiving. Hmm?
Out to bring it here because guess what? They already know. For example, it's finna get bought out. It's finna get bought out. Why? Because by them having population control, they already know. Oh yeah, they finna celebrate their Thanksgiving.
See, hubby, my ass. I'm tripping. I ain't even see this comment. You said, let's read this. Oh, sub DBD, DB, whatever your name is. You said basically, I heard a lot of them say they ain't celebrating holidays because they mad the system ain't give them they. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look, don't let that fly over y'all heads. Okay, and this is to the people that's looking, to my people that actually had common sense, that actually said, well, hey, I'll make it work with what I got. If the government shut down to the point where I ain't getting my food stamps, I'ma just make it work. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how many people other than me and my husband that thought like that. And I'm not trying to say people don't think like we do. I'm just saying everybody that I knew that received food stamps was pissed off that they weren't going to be getting their food stamps. I didn't hear anybody say that they were grateful for what they already had at home. I didn't hear anybody saying that, hey, I'll make it work. You know?
you know, buying out all these turkeys and buying all this stuff out, you know, because this how they feel like they enjoying this day called Thanksgiving. Like,
listen to this. For centuries in the U.S., Thanksgiving has been presented as a holiday celebrating brotherhood between different people of different backgrounds. But Native Americans see little signs of this brotherhood throughout history. For us, I'm sorry, reading the wrong part. But each Thanksgiving, those grievances fall on deaf ears as millions of American families happily devour turkey feast.
Come on, what? Say that one more time.
No turkey.
What? Say it for the people in the back. Hold on.
But each Thanksgiving, those grievances fall on deaf ears as millions of American families happily devour turkey feast.
This is no disrespect to the families that were affected by 9/11, okay? No disrespect. But everybody knows about 9/11. Everybody knows the history behind 9/11, and you know, every year on September 11th, people are at the graveyards or having memorial services or whatever the case may be, or having get-togethers and stuff like that, and everybody is just very sad and hurt on that day, right? But when are we going to think about the people who were affected behind the massacre that happened to the Native Americans on Thanksgiving? Ain't nobody grieving over that, because you want to know why? The truth, it fell on deaf ears. And they don't want to hear that because they didn't get a chance to see it. So they don't want to hear something that they can't see. Their families weren't affected, so they don't care. They can care less. Let's eat up this turkey and these chitlins, y'all. And then the audacity to gather around the food and pray. Who you praying to? Who you praying to? I'm just saying. You don't even know that the holiday that you're celebrating has nothing to do with Christ. It doesn't. But it has everything to do with Native Americans that were slaughtered. Imagine blood everywhere and food everywhere at the same time. But people continue to celebrate through that. They don't care because it ain't got nothing to do with them. You said happily, and you bet not spit that turkey. He said you better not spit that turkey out. Okay, let me hurry up and charge the thing that we need to use, which is the laptop. Don't want this to die. You know, just saying, don't spit y'all turkey out. Keep eating. Keep eating. I'm telling y'all, man, it wasn't that hard for me and my husband when we really tuned in to what I will never forget that day that we stopped. We stopped on Easter. Easter was the last holiday that we celebrated. After that, you know what? It was crazy because the way that we did it. We could have just put it up immediately, but we still was. We was a little stubborn, you know. It was like, look, this gonna be the last holiday that we celebrate. But we prayed for the ignorance that we had, knowing we did know that we heard, you know, through the grapevine type thing. We didn't go and do our own real research, but all it took was for us to continue on questioning, like, bro, what is we really celebrating? You know? So we did our research. Easter was the last holiday we celebrated 2022. Didn't turn back ever since. Oh man, we had to get used to that. Trust me. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy at the same time. Because the holiday that comes after Easter is what? I think it's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, we ain't celebrate Mother's Day. Father's Day came, we didn't celebrate Father's Day. I even had asked my husband, I said, you sure you don't want to celebrate Father's Day? I think I want to get you something. He was like, nope, we not finna go back into that. I don't care about, I'm a father every single day. I don't care about no one day out the year, Father's Day. Plus, this was something that they created. Boy, I'm telling y'all, it wasn't hard to stop celebrating it, but it wasn't easy at the same time, because when you so used to doing something that you were conditioned to do your whole entire life, it's it's like you being that you finally said, all right, I'm done, I'm putting this away, I'm putting this up, you got to continue to remember that. So when the next holiday comes around, you got, don't even indulge in nothing. Hey, don't look at nothing on the TV pertaining to it. If you keep seeing everything on TV that got to do with it, just turn off the TV. Shut it off. Don't even send your kids to school around the holidays. Just don't even partake in it. You know? Don't go shopping for the same thing that everybody else shop for around the holiday times. We got to stay away from it. That's the thing. Just do everything differently and everything the opposite of what everybody else do. Like literally, they celebrating, you not. You feel me? And I'm not talking about, oh, okay. You know, people, they just make excuses for everything. And these are people that actually do want to learn, but they be so stubborn. They just make an excuse for it. It's like, oh, okay, I get you. So you saying just chill at my own house, but don't go over everybody else's house or whatever. Just chill at my own house and just live with the mindset that, yeah, I still celebrate holidays. Just because I'm not at your house don't mean that I don't celebrate holidays. No. No, 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 no. Just stop. Just stop. Don't even engage in it at all. This is to my people that really want to stop. And I'm telling you, when we stop, we did not turn back.
According to experts, there was no turkey during the Thanksgiving. Despite those misconceptions, Thanksgiving is regarded as a positive holiday by many Americans. This even includes newcomers to the United States, many of whom feel that celebrating a distinctly American holiday like Thanksgiving helps them to integrate into U.S. society. Passing the Atlantic Ocean was already a harrowing experience.
I didn't even see y'all comments. Uh you said most holidays don't have anything to do with Christ, adapted after my pagan holidays. I don't understand what you mean. But in my eyes, none of the holidays have anything to do with Christ.
For pilgrims, but there was even more to come.
We finna speak some facts, y'all. Y'all heard that? Like, at the end of the day, you sitting here. This stuff ain't got nothing to do with a turkey. Did y'all see that?
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with a turkey while your grandma and your auntie and your father and your grandfather.
Also, I'm not gonna play too much of this video because we got a couple other videos we need to play. But if y'all want to hear about, the rest, um, I mean, if you want to hear the rest of this video, just go on my husband's channel. Hubby, make sure you put it in your community section. Share this video in your community section so that they can just go straight to it. And or if you just want to learn about it on your own, you can do your own research. It's there. It's the facts is on YouTube. The facts is there. It's just, are you gonna keep avoiding it though?
I mean, all your cousins and like this ain't got nothing to do with a turkey, man. I refuse to be stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not finna look. I was there before. I used to smoke weed. By the way, I'm a year sober now. I don't smoke weed no more. Almost 2 years. I say almost 2 years. I know I probably never smoked weed again in my life though, but I used to. And
I'm telling you, just like how they say, once you go black, you will never go back. Man, once you leave things alone, when you finally decide that you've been conditioned your whole life and you don't want to live that lifestyle anymore that you once lived, you will never go back. Especially if you know you don't intend on going back doing the same stuff. Real talk. Oh yeah, shout out to my husband, y'all. But hubby, could you please give me some more coffee? I really appreciate it. Thank you.
To get real high before Thanksgiving. When I was lost. Before I found out the real deal, and I'd just be thirsty to eat some turkey dressing, all that. I was just like y'all before. I was just like y'all, so understand that I'm not coming at you like you just remedial and retarded and all that. I'm just trying to school you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the thing. I really don't want people to feel like they being bashed. It's just the uncomfortable truth. But the thing is, if you my look, if you want to learn, if you want to stop celebrating, then learn and learn to stop celebrating and then just stop. Overall, matter of fact, just cold turkey it, just stop. But I promise you, it's a lot of people out there that it's like they want to learn, but at the same time they don't, because it's more so like a debate to them than anything. They just willing to be a listening ear, just to hear what you got to say about the holidays. They know, they understand, they get it. I feel you. I respect you. I respect that. They all say that, and they interested in learning for real, but they just think it's a debate. It's just not real to them. It's a game to them, and it's like, who are you to tell me to stop celebrating? At the end of the day, I hear you and your opinions about it, but I'm not gonna stop. Even though you see the truth, you know the truth.
Teach you things that ain't nobody else gonna tell you on their platform. You celebrating this stuff inside of a church, that pastor know that. Your mama know that. Your daddy knows this. They just not gonna tell you.
And let's be honest. Technically, see, this is what I can't stand about black people. Real talk. Because y'all put y'all 2 cents in 24/7 on something that y'all know nothing about.
Nothing.
Y'all don't even know nothing about these holidays. Y'all don't know the history behind the holidays. Y'all just follow the tradition because y'all follow the tradition because y'all parents and y'all grandparents and y'all great-great-grandparents have done it for many, many years. But they themselves are dumbed down.
Yeah.
Y'all always put y'all 2 cents in on stuff, feeling like y'all doing the correct thing and just following a tradition. You don't even research this stuff and you don't even know what you celebrate. This is technically for white people. This day is for white people.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the white people that know the truth, that continue to. I'm not talking about the people that are ignorant to the truth, that don't know what they're celebrating, they just celebrating it. I'm talking about the white people that actually know the truth. They know what they're celebrating and they're perfectly fine with celebrating it.
And still, you go ahead over here and start cooking. And then you slaving all night in the kitchen. All night. You ain't tired, you sleep, and you sitting here brainwashed too. Brains is out of there.
It says Native American.
1 second, guys. All right, we back.
And gets frustrated by the fact that most people don't understand Thanksgiving's true origins or understand the betrayal that most natives face by white people. These Europeans are white people, by the way. These European settlers would not have survived the winter were it not for the generosity of the local indigenous populations that had no concepts of property. And then they were butchered in genocide.
Come on now.
Straight up betrayal to the max.
Come on now.
They had the worst. So what happened was those indigenous people, which are the Native Americans, they had one of the worst winters ever. But they helped those white people to survive the winter. When they helped them white people snaked them out and butchered them and took over. Took over their land.
Jealousy is a very strong, bad trait. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
You feel me?
After they helped.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rewind it to that part again so that y'all can hear that part, bruh. I need y'all to understand what you're celebrating.
Populations that had no concepts of property.
But we're going to listen to the biggest principle. Just listen.
And then they were butchered in genocide.
Clip this, YouTube.
Straight up betrayal to the max.
Come on now.
They had the worst. So what happened was those indigenous people, which are the Native Americans, they had one of the worst winters ever. But they helped those white people to survive the winter. When they helped them white people snaked them out and butchered them.
Right.
And took over. Took over their land. Butchered them. Right.
I'm gonna put a question in the live stream for y'all. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to start a poll. Cause I wanna know how many of you guys out there celebrate Thanksgiving. Let's go. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the yes or the no. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Let's go. We need to know how many y'all. And then the next question after this, I'm gonna have a next question, another question after that when the results come in.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Y'all betraying.
After they help them though.
Y'all helping them, and they sit here, right? Random, what I just talked about. They sit here and they talk about us blacks, how we kill each other, how we do this and how we do that. Did y'all know that this what they did? A lot of y'all don't even know this. A lot of y'all white people don't even know this either.
Right.
So it ain't even just us. It's like y'all don't even know this either. Because they throw their dirt, they try to hide their dirt, and they turn it into something to where it ain't that. Well, yeah, you know, it's Thanksgiving, you know, we're trying to change that. We're trying to bring it back. Ooh,
y'all butchered them. Why? Then your ass sat down and had a whole dinner together.
Come on now.
And I guess they felt like, well, we apologize. You know, we didn't mean to do that to them.
Come on,
we fucking killed them. So it's like, I'm sorry. You know, you guys want to come to the dinner? No, yeah. It was kind of like, gotta be quicker than that. They claim to have sent them an invitation to dinner, but they never did. They sat their asses down and ate dinner. And we ain't talking about turkeys and stuff.
No turkeys and none of that stuff ain't got nothing to do with the turkey. Like,
they lied and made it seem like it was like we are all coming together.
Right.
They lied and made it seem like, yeah, we coming together, you know what I'm saying? We trying to bring everybody together. Let's sit down at the table and eat together or whatnot. But no, that's not even what happened.
Sounds very similar to what's going on nowadays. You know, you got people that betray one another in the families and stuff like that. You done betrayed somebody in the family. And we at 50-50, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got a few people that say they do celebrate Thanksgiving, a few people that say they don't. Let's get some more people on here to chime in. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Yes or no? If you don't want to hit the like button, then let me know. Do you celebrate today, Thanksgiving? Yeah, you know, where was I? Kind of forgot, but let's go.
Finesse.
But you sick MFers. You black people. Y'all don't even care. Y'all don't care about the history behind this. Y'all just want to be fat and greedy.
And I said that like I meant it. A lot of y'all don't care about the true origin behind Thanksgiving. That is sad too, to not care. And instead, you would rather continue on eating. Because like I said, a lot of y'all just want to be greedy as hell. And just eat up some food and have save some more. I'm telling y'all, there was times when I didn't want to go to a family member's house, but I ain't had no food. And this was like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this was well before I even stopped celebrating the holidays. You know, way before that, years ago. You know, and it was times where I didn't have no food, and I knew the only way to get some food. Oh well. Looks like I'm gonna have to face that family that I don't want to face, cause I need some food. So I'm gonna go on and get me a few plates up out y'all. You know, all right, y'all, I'm out. Give me a little bit of dry turkey, a little bit of carrots and peas on a little bit of little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of chip. Look, I'm taking stuff that I don't even eat. Yeah, give me that thin ass slice of cake over there too. You know what I'm saying? Slicing up thin ass pieces of cake, trying to save some for everybody else. Whole time, it wasn't nobody else to save it for because they didn't want it. You took the whole doggone cake. You know what I'm saying? Time to pack up some plates. Take all that stuff home so I can have something to eat. So I can get my next check and have something to eat. You know? The work, right. You said the worst thing is you ain't gonna know who can't cook till you taste. Listen, true story. It happened to me before. I forced myself to go over to a family member's house that I really didn't want to go over. And I'm thinking, oh, I got me a lot of plates. I'm finna throw down as soon as I sit down. Turns out I actually threw the majority of the plates in the garbage because the food tasted like slop, you know? Just being 100. A lot of y'all sitting over there eating plantation slop, plantation food, slave food. Man, I'm telling you, you got them family members, they love to cook, but they can't cook for nothing in the world. But they know they can sit there and stand their ass up in the kitchen for like 12 hours straight. They all right now, y'all, the food is done. And you just hoping that this time around that the food really tastes like something. But the thing is, you can't tell this family member that they food nasty. You just gotta, suck it on up and, hold your nose while you eating. Hold your nose while you're eating. Hold your breath. Cause you hungry. Your stomach been growling all day, man. You couldn't wait for this moment. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth been watering since September. You couldn't wait for November to come around for Thanksgiving so you can eat some good old food. Now you done got you a plate. You about to go in. Little do you know, the dressing is runny. Still undercooked. Everything undercooked. It just don't taste like nothing. Every year, every year, same person cook the same food and it be nasty every time. And y'all know that. Why you wasting your time going over somebody else's house to eat up their food? And you know doggone well they can't cook.
Obese.
And obese, and just wait until this day come around so you can sit up there and eat up everything.
I'm sorry, I was very agitated as I was speaking on this because it is just like once you educate yourself on certain things, well, I'm gonna just be 100. At the time, I was already learning through educating myself on pagan holidays. And as I was learning these things, it was really frustrating. It was really irritating to actually know that wow, I was celebrating this crap and there's people out there that's celebrating this crap too. And the crazy part is when you tell people this and they say, "Oh, I already knew that." What? You could have educated me? You knew this and you were still celebrating? I'm not okay with this. I don't want to celebrate this crap. Why you ain't tell me? Oh, cause it's nothing. I just want to get don't worry about that. That was in the past. Right. But 400 years a slave, right? And you want reparations. That was in the past too, right? Your ancestors were beat, captured, turned into slaves, hung and everything. And you want some reparations off of that. But you don't care about the Native Americans and how they were affected by this Thanksgiving thing. You don't care. But you want everybody to be on your side for reparations, though. You want everybody to agree with you when it comes to down to reparations. And if they don't agree with you, like me and my husband, we are two of the black people that actually do not agree when it comes down to getting reparations. Something that black people been hooping and hollering for the last, I don't know, umpteenth years and still ain't received nothing but a doggone holiday called Juneteenth. And a lot of people don't like us because we are not in agreement. See, that's the thing. We living in a times where people will literally hate you for your opinion. Just simply because you don't agree with the things that they agree with. Just because we don't agree on the same thing don't mean that we gotta hate each other though. But y'all people out there that was ignorant to the truth, that actually is just now finding out the truth, that's like, oh my God, I didn't know this. I'm about to stop celebrating. You know what? After you, when you go to cold turkey, pray. 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 Ask God for forgiveness. Let him know that you were ignorant to the truth. Telling you. But to my people out there that knows about all of this, that's still celebrating, they don't care. You you got some explaining to do. Cause what's the real reason why you're celebrating then? So if you know what's true, this is my thing though. And I was gonna get on that too, because it's people out there before I even found out the truth that actually knew the truth about these holidays, but they did not want to share that. You got to be a very prideful person to not want to share what you know is true. I'm just saying. You got to be a very prideful person to say, oh, that's nothing. Very. People, how can you be selfish with educating others? But you scream and hoop and holler and yell education though. These the same people that be like, all you gotta do is get you an education, go to college. They scream and they hoop and holler about education. But they know the truth about some of these pagan holidays. They still celebrate it and they refuse to tell you the truth. They don't want you to know. And then as soon as you snap out of it and you come out of it, they like, I already knew that. You did? That tells me everything I need to know about you then. What's up, OG? Yeah. You said I have to work tonight. I stopped celebrating this stuff when I was in the second grade. That's what's up. That's what's up. And that is amazing to stop. I don't know how old you are, you know, but I'm gonna just be 100. I didn't stop until literally 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. So it's amazing to stop at such a young age. I wish I was educated in these areas as a youngin'. But we all got our own journey, man. It ain't never too late to learn. Never too late. It's just that people have to be willing. They gotta be willing. People out there 75 years old. Oh, where'd she go? Oh my God. Scrolling though. 75 years old scrolling through their phone watching live streams and stuff. With a big ass Thanksgiving plate in front of them. Oh my, this is that Zanny TV's girl again, saying things about holidays. She must not believe in the Most High. 1 second, y'all. Right. Wish I started at 2nd grade. What's up, Bruce Lena? Cool name. You said I never celebrated. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to the people that stopped very early on. Shout out to the people that never even celebrated none of this stuff. You know, one thing I could say about our little one here, man, is she has an amazing upbringing because we have never showed her not one holiday. Not one holiday. She don't know about Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. She don't know nothing about none of this stuff. Nothing. She don't know. She don't know anything. Hmm? She, huh? Yeah, she wants to give me her laptop too. There you go. Um, go in there with daddy. Um, yeah, just never introduced her to. She doesn't. I promise y'all, she don't. And I know people probably. It's hard for a lot of people to probably believe that. What? Not one holiday. Not one holiday. I'm telling you. Thank you. Not one holiday was she introduced. She don't know New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We didn't show her any lights. You know what I'm saying? Um, no no lights, no Christmas trees, none of that. No turkeys, Easter eggs, none of that stuff. You know? She's so foreign to that. She's never even seen it. And if she's seen it, she wasn't amazed by it. I'm telling you. I don't know if she's seen it. But all I know is we make sure that she ain't seen nothing like that. Uh yes, Bruce Lena, you said people know, but many don't care. They just like the fun. Yeah. And that's messed up. That's messed up. Yaya says, I am 44. I knew something was wrong with this stuff at the age of 4 to 5. Hey, it's people like you. People like you. This is definitely welcome OG Yaya. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Danny TV. Make sure, I'm not sure if it's your first time here, but if it is, you can go check out my other videos and stuff like this, because this is a channel for people that actually started to see things differently at such a young age, you know, because me and my husband, we were those people. If you were one of those people, then you probably didn't know that you was going to have to look at society different in 2025. Now we live amongst the walking dead. It's to the point where there is conscious and the unconscious. Real talk. The conscious ones, majority of them had just woke up now, you know, but the majority of them also woke up at young ages. A lot of us question things at a young age, question things. Things just wasn't right. We just knew something wasn't right, you know? You get older, later on down the line, and you start finding out, hey, I knew I wasn't a conspiracy theorist. Everybody called me a conspiracy theorist. You said, I always wondered, because I'm like, how the else my dad and mom not here for me, but Santa Claus is? You know? Seriously. And and honestly, you know, it was just amazing how me and him both connected and ended up having, I mean, like, so many things in common. It was to the point where I said, you know, I know it was meant for us to meet. I know it was. Because he said the same thing. He started questioning things at such a young age. You know when a person is ready for truth, when they actually do look into these things with you. You know a person is ready for truth when they have no problem with the word change. When you tell them that they need to change something about themselves, they ain't gonna argue you up and down. They willing to actually change. When you got people that actually acknowledge their wrongdoings, those people that's ready for truth. Because a lot of people that don't acknowledge that they wrong, they got too much pride. They so full of themselves, you can't tell them nothing. They don't even want to hear the truth. They're blinded and they deaf in the ears. They hear you, but they really don't hear you. They hear you talking. And then when they do find interest in what you're talking about, everything is a debate to them. Everything sounds like a debate. Everything sounds like a challenge. You said it's funny, but for real, the holidays never felt real. I just used to sit there like, what the you know what I'm saying? For real, man. Because I was taught that holidays is for family to come together, right? That's not what was happening in my case. It seemed like when we did come together as family, we came together to fight, to argue, you know, hold grudges against one another. Or sometimes those family members that you wanted to show up just didn't show up at the holiday gatherings. And now you just like, damn, man, I thought so and so was about to be here. I'm ready to go now. I don't even want to be here. You know, I knew holidays was a bunch of BS when the person that I rode with indulged in it so deeply while I'm just sitting over there like, I'm ready to go. Please hurry the hell up. You know, sweating and everything. Just sit. I knew holidays wasn't about when I'm sitting over there on the couch sweating, just sweating. It's cold. Everybody, because it's the Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas. We got on our sweaters and stuff. Yeah, come through showing off, right? Newest outfit on, but sweating though. Just sitting there sweating. Anxiety, just trip anxiety. I'm just screaming out on the inside for help. Please, oh God, I'm ready to go. I was crying. I went to the bathroom and started crying, knocking on the door. Every time you go in the bathroom, when you are over at a family's house for a gathering and stuff, they soon as you go in the bathroom, now somebody want to knock on the door. I'm like, oh God, I just want to go. Man, I'm telling you, man, I look, when I got to that point, I knew, I said, man, I ain't never coming back over here no more. Next year, didn't go back. Next year after that, I said, damn, I need some food. You know what? I'm going to just go over there for like 1 hour and then I'm going to leave. Then I go and it happens to be a family member that I love so much that I ain't seen in so long. We got each other numbers. Why we couldn't communicate? Because people be fake as simple. What's up, Unreal? What's up, Nate? Come on, y'all. Don't start with the little birthday stuff. Cause you'll get put out. What's up, Nate? You said only time the family come together is exactly facts. Family come together at a funeral. Now everybody gathering around crying and hurting together. But Christmas come around, y'all back disliking each other again. Oh my God, things just haven't been the same since so-and-so ain't been, so-and-so been dead. Don't blame so-and-so's death. Doggone well things ain't been the same since y'all just got into that little petty little argument and disagreement over whatever, who said what, and they said this, and you said that, and this, that, and the third. Just saying. People always got to blame someone's death for them, just being at odds with one another. No, the truth is you got too much pride and they got too much pride and y'all need to put it away and y'all just need to be adults at this point. You said those people. 44 Paul said those people think they know the truth, but really be looking at the truth with them eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? Eyes closed, ear open. Yeah. Yeah. 44. Please don't get me started. You know, eyes closed. Just imagine, though. Just imagine, y'all. People like, I'm trying not to laugh. Y'all got me tripping. I'm trying not to laugh at people, y'all. We trying to teach them. The ones that want to know. But to the people that don't care, though, you know what? They really hear you, though. They hear you. They understand. But eyes closed, ears open. They hear you, but they don't at the same time. They don't want to hear that. Shh. Quiet. We don't, today is Thanksgiving. Stop. We don't want to hear that. Don't tell us the truth. Please. No truth. Truth is dead right now until after Black Friday. Till Monday come back around, you know what I'm saying? Then everybody gonna be in agreement with you again. Yeah, girl, yep. Thanksgiving, yeah, I know about, man, tell me about it. Shouldn't even be celebrating that stuff. But wasn't you just eating turkey and ignoring the truth on Thursday? What do you mean? Now it's Monday and you gotta go back to work and you irritated. So now you like, oh man, yeah, family trip, girl. Tell me where I went over there on Thanksgiving, to eat with so and so, and they said blah blah blah, and he said, and she said, and they said, so I'm not going back over there. Next year come around Thanksgiving, they'll be back again. Yeah, yeah, trying to finish them plates.
Why you want to follow everybody? Like, why you want to just follow people? Do you know what you're following? Now, what if these people one day, I don't even know if they can hear me right now because I got a call coming.
Okay, we got a little silent
no
right
way
there.
You believe in your mind that it ain't no truth behind this situation, or no real behind this stuff. I know a lot of y'all don't even check y'all food when y'all leave restaurants. So I mean, I get it. You just go along with whatever. It's like, hey, we've been doing it for this long. It is what it is. And you tell them the truth. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you finna ride me to the store to get this turkey, and it's like, bruh, look, if your family doing that, if your friends doing that, and you want to be different, just leave, man. Just leave.
Make sure y'all putting them votes in. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? 5 more minutes. I'm gonna just go ahead and we gonna tally up the results from it in 5 more minutes. So make sure y'all hitting that yes or no for me.
Like, just isolate yourself. If you can't leave, isolate yourself. Go somewhere around in the house or whatever it is, or in the backyard or whatever it is. Just get away.
I'm telling y'all, that's exactly how I used to be, man. See, the thing is, yes, I was celebrating. I had the mindset of, oh, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, it's Christmas. So some way, somehow, I'm going to partake and celebrate, even if that means that I'm going with a few friends or whatever and going to go chill with them or something like that instead of going with family. I was still celebrating it. But at the same time, though, during the celebrating of these different holidays, I still felt uncomfortable. I still felt like I didn't want to celebrate it. I was just really tired of celebrating. I'm going to be honest with you. I just got tired of celebrating. And then it all came to a halt 3.5 years ago when I just decided overall cold turkey. Me and husband. Cold turkey.
But mainly just don't participate in it because it's not It's not what you think, man. We just dropped. Me and my wife just dropped some real jewels in here for y'all to understand what y'all celebrating. Since y'all want to say Happy Thanksgiving, there you go. Happy, say it now. Go to an Indian and tell them Happy Thanksgiving. Matter of fact.
Woo. Ooh. He said, go to an Indian. And this is no disrespect to the Indians, who, especially the ones that were affected by this Thanksgiving massacre. But he said, go to an Indian and tell them Happy Thanksgiving. Come on, man. You will be really disrespecting them. Really disrespecting them for real. You said fake. Uh, and also, guys, if you want to 44 pause, more than welcome. Must have common sense. Also, if you appreciate the queens, yes, 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 facts. Far as if anybody wants to donate, there is the super chat. I have the cash app that is pinned below next to the topic. You can become a member. You can hit the subscribe button and just simply engage as well. All support, all different types of support is welcome. You can comment in a comment section of any of my videos and support as well. It don't matter. you know I just want to see more people out here like us. How many more people out here that's conscious? Because we live in a real unconscious society, bro. We live amongst the walking dead, amongst a bunch of zombie bots. So if you are nothing like the others, join this channel right here. um yeah, I must have missed the point on that one, but yeah.
Ask a white person to come do it with you. They done made us believe that this stuff's supposed to have turkeys and sides and all this stuff involved in it.
And we talking about the real Indians.
Why they always gotta find like some sort of, so Thanksgiving, turkey, Christmas, trees, Easter, eggs and bunnies, 4th of July, uh, the flag. New Year's Eve, fireworks. Mother's Day, flowers. Father's Day, barbecue grills and barbecue. What? Memorial Day, more flags and sadness. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Think about it. I'm just saying, am I missing any more holidays? Valentine's Day, hearts, candy. Halloween, candy, costumes. It's like, think about it though. This is not about you celebrating with your family, man, and y'all come together. This is about them and how they can pay you more so that you can spend your money on something, a fun holiday that they made it fun, even though that there's evil origins behind it. They created it to be fun so that you can go out and spend all of your money up so you can give it back to them. Like I said in a few of my streams, it's just like this. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Bunch of damn Indian givers, like I said. They give you, they pay you, and then you pay them back. Especially around the holidays, these businesses and these same corporations that y'all spending y'all money with wouldn't dare help your ass if there was another food stamp crisis. Walmart don't give a damn about you. In your local grocery stores, as much money as you spend with them, they was gonna watch your ass suffer when you wasn't getting your food stamps. I'm just saying. All of these big corporations, Amazon, Walmart, you name it. But people ain't care. Okay, so results in. The question was, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Well, there is 41% people that said no and 59% people that say yes. To the 59%, this is not to bash you, but I hope that y'all wake up before it's too late. To the people that don't celebrate it, you know, maybe y'all can chime in and speak on why you don't celebrate it. And also to my people that do celebrate it, maybe you can chime in and speak on why you do celebrate Thanksgiving. But I do want y'all to know that this is not a debate either. Please stop looking at this as a debate. This is just truth. The uncomfortable truth. The truth that I really want to help change your mindset around from even celebrating these doggone holidays that they created. So we're going to get that up out of here. Okay. So let's see. Okay, y'all. We're going to end this video right here. Y'all go and, like I was saying, husband, can you please put that on your community section, this video, Pagan Holiday, so that people can go and, matter of fact, I'll share it to my wall so that y'all can go into the community section. And it's not the fact that y'all have to sit and stare at us, for 27 minutes and 59 seconds, talk about Thanksgiving, but you get to hear the truth about it, though. The actual truth. The thing that you probably been wanting to know for a long time. Why are you celebrating this? What am I celebrating? Okay. So we gonna post that. Y'all go ahead, go on over to my channel and make sure you pull that up on the community section. So now we about to go to the next video. What's up, Zoe? It's all. Let's see. Okay. So this is a skit, and I actually follow this person. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. I'm gonna play this one and another video after this. That's 6 minutes, and then we're gonna go into the main video, which is the last one. Okay. But this one is by Auntie. I follow her. Shout out to her. She's a comedian. She does skits on YouTube. I just had to share this because even though it's funny, it's just the accuracy. So she said, Black folks on Thanksgiving. Let me flip the camera. See, love you.
He just walked in. And walking straight out. Yes. He don't even spend no time with the damn family or nothing. Hell, did he?
I mean, the accuracy is crazy. He said he came in, spoke to everybody, got him some plates, and then he gone. They talking about he just walked out. He don't never spend time with the family. It's crazy because Black families really talk like this. To be honest, y'all probably don't never call him. Y'all probably don't never talk to him. He came over to get him some plates, and now he gone. People really be finessing family members for food on Thanksgiving. They really they go over to family members' homes who they don't like because they know that you're going to have a lot of food. They're going to pack up some plates and they gone. You think they want to talk to you? They don't care about talking to you. They'll talk to you next year, actually.
You hear that? What up, Cub? What up, Cub? What up?
She say when a family member calls from prison, you always got that one family member, I promise you, that's on the phone from prison, done decided to call out and call the family on Thanksgiving. Now you got the family, hey, what up, cuz? Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, been there. I'm telling y'all, this shit so realistic.
Oh, we ready. All right. See y'all later. I enjoyed myself. All right. Drive safe.
You always got that one family member that just came to pack up them some plates. They came and put on their little Sunday best or Thanksgiving outfit, pack up some plates, and they gone out the door. They don't care about talking to y'all. They need them some food.
Unlock the door. Okay, I definitely will. You see how many places? Hell yeah. You gonna let her leave my.
Now they talking mess about that family member. Y'all see? You see what I'm saying? Talking mess about the family member.
House with that many plates. She probably gonna sell them. Buy some damn designer clothes.
Wow.
So you really think she's selling the plates? Hell yeah, $10 plate. What all did she have on the plate? All that Thanksgiving meal. Hell, what you think?
Look, now she's showing the end with the things: mac and cheese, greens, ham, dinner rolls. You see the chitlins right there. You see the corn. What is that? Dressing. Man, you know, it's just so realistic. It's so real because this is exactly what goes on. You said that's how you was. Um. Okay, actually, I'm gonna remove that one because I didn't mean for that one to. Yeah. Okay. So here's the last video. Here's the last video. It's called Why Modern Society Rewards Fools and Punishes the Wise. This is kind of in relation to what I was talking about early on in the stream when I was talking about how, when you ready to learn something new, they are ready to crucify you, bruh. You are a threat to society, to humanity. When you know something, when you know truth, you are just a threat. You a walking threat. They label you a criminal. But the fools, the people that don't want to learn anything, they get rewarded. They get nice things. They able to keep their jobs. No problems at all on the job. No problems with their family and friends because they're lost, just like their family and their friends and their coworkers. They lost. They want to remain a fool. 44 says, I do not celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate holidays are no different than why they invented the Colosseum games, if I said that right. A distraction to keep the peasants happy. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm telling you.
Your new album?
Yeah. They literally created these holidays to keep y'all minds focused in on holidays and not knowing who you are. They see the thing is the goal is for them to will you so deeply into their system, into the matrix. That means celebrating holidays to the max, going all out for birthdays, holidays, your child's school recitals, man, you name it. 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, they just want you to go deeper into the system. They just that their goal is for you to go deeper into their system, care so much about materialism, about money. They just basically want to keep your mind going. They want to keep you running in that hamster wheel. They want to keep you conditioned. They want you to stay in this never ending cycle. You know, and I gotta ask y'all a question. Just because you're not successful like others, that means that you're not thankful. So if Thanksgiving wasn't a holiday, would you ever be thankful? Are you even thankful right now? Did you even wake up today to be thankful anyway? Like, they just want to keep y'all minds going so you can forget who you are. They don't want you to find out who you are. They don't want you to know about the truth. They want to pull you away from the truth so much. They don't want you to go deep down a rabbit hole and find out more truths so that you can push it out there. They don't want you to do that. And they're actually glad when there's people not listening to you, because that lets them know that they got them people trapped into the matrix. Yes, our people are not listening to Danny TV. That's what we need. We need to keep them trapped. We need them to be blinded and deaf. We need them to dislike her for constantly talking. What's up, Chris? Anyway, let's get to this video. I'm gonna play this for a couple minutes and then yeah, we're gonna stop right there. It says nowadays we live in a society that often mistakes noise for reason and speed for thought. We live in a society that often mistakes noise for a reason and speed for thought. Get Chris out of here, please. He's a distraction.
Look around you. Look closely. The ones who yell the loudest are the ones who have the least to say. The ones who accumulate millions of followers are the ones who never built anything real. The ones who appear everywhere are the ones who will disappear first. And meanwhile, the ones who truly understand how the world works remain silent, ignored, pushed aside. Have you ever wondered why? Why do we live in a time where stupidity is celebrated and wisdom is punished? It's not a coincidence. It's by design. Modern society doesn't reward fools by accident. It does so because fools are more profitable, more controllable, more useful for keeping the system running. And you, if you've made it this far, probably already suspected it. But suspecting it isn't enough. You need
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform we tried in the past. We tried other work management platforms, not naming names. They all suck.
to understand how this machinery works. Because if you don't, you'll be swallowed by it without even realizing it.
Yes.
Let's go straight to the most uncomfortable point. Intelligence is frightening.
Yes.
Not because it's dangerous in itself, but because it questions.
Man, y'all, this is my first time watching this. First time watching it.
An intelligent person doesn't accept easy answers, doesn't settle for superficial explanations,
Exactly.
doesn't swallow the narratives they're sold. And that's a problem for the ones pulling the strings. Think about it. Who does the system prefer? Someone who asks why they should consume, why they should work 80 hours a week,
Right.
why they must go into debt to study things they'll never use, or someone who simply does it without thinking? The answer is obvious. Critical thinking is the #1 enemy of any power structure. That's why, from the moment you're a child, you're taught to obey, not to think. They tell you to memorize dates, to repeat formulas, to follow instructions. They never teach you to dismantle an idea,
to find flaws in an argument, to build your own criteria. Why? Because an educational system designed to create independent thinkers would be suicide for those at the top. Modern education wasn't created to free you. It was designed to turn you into a functional cog. John Taylor Gatto, a teacher for 30 years, made it clear. Schools were designed to produce a manageable citizenry, not to educate free thinkers. And it works. Look at the result. Entire generations incapable of questioning, trained to seek external approval, dependent on constant validation. Now comes the brutal part. Stupidity isn't just tolerated, it's encouraged. Turn on the TV, open any social network, see what kind of content has millions of views. They're not philosophical essays, they're not deep analyses, they're not complex debates. They're 15-second videos of someone dancing, screaming, or doing something ridiculous.
Exactly.
Is that what modern society values? Exactly. Because stupidity entertains, distracts, anesthetizes.
Yes.
A people that is entertained is a people that is asleep. Aldous Huxley predicted it in Brave New World. You don't need to burn books if you can make sure nobody wants to read them. And they succeeded. People prefer to consume digital trash rather than face a complex idea. Why? Because thinking hurts. It requires effort. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to confront your own contradictions. It's easier to let yourself be carried away by the algorithm, by instant dopamine, by the illusion of connection. Meanwhile, the wise, the ones who build solid ideas, the ones who spend years mastering a field, are invisible. They don't generate clicks, they don't sell products, they don't serve the consumption cycle. So why pay attention to them? Here is the trick that few understand. Modern society doesn't punish the wise for being wise. It punishes them for being useless to the system. A wise person doesn't need what the market sells. They don't seek validation through likes. They don't chase fleeting trends. They don't allow themselves to be manipulated by emotional marketing. They're intellectually self-sufficient, and that makes them a bad consumer. And in an economy based on constant consumption, a bad consumer is an enemy. Think about how much money is spent trying to make you feel insufficient. They sell you creams so you don't age, cars so you seem successful, clothes so you feel accepted. The entire system is designed to keep you insecure, because insecurity sells. But the wise don't play that game. They know that value isn't external, that the approval of others is smoke, that material possessions don't fill existential voids. So how do you control someone like that? You can't. So you ignore them, ridicule them, push them aside. The strategy is simple.
'Twas a monthish before the holidays, the best time of year, and PetSmart was brimming with holiday cheer. With toys and treats and essentials like food, every pet got into a holiday mood. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Oh, I thought I clicked on.
If you can't buy their attention, you make them irrelevant. Let's go deeper. There's something worse than punishing the wise, and that's making them look insane. Throughout history, whenever someone questioned the established order, they were labeled as radical, dangerous, mad. Galileo was arrested for saying the earth revolved around the sun. Socrates was executed for asking uncomfortable questions. Giordano Bruno was burned alive for proposing that the universe was infinite. Do you see the pattern? They weren't punished for being wrong. They were punished for being right too soon. Because truth, when it arrives before its time, is indistinguishable from heresy. And society doesn't forgive heretics. Today they don't burn you at the stake. but they cancel you, discredit you, bury you under empty accusations. The mechanism changed, but the intention remains the same. Silence whoever threatens the consensus. Orwell put it bluntly. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And revolutions are always dangerous for those in power. Now let's talk about something that will make you uncomfortable. You might also be playing the fool's game without even knowing it. How many times have you shared something without reading it? How many times have you repeated an opinion because it was trendy? How many times have you pretended to understand something just to fit in? If you're honest, the answer is many. And I don't blame you, because the system is designed so you behave that way. They bombard us with so much information that processing it all is impossible. So we take mental shortcuts. We trust headlines, summaries, what the majority says. But here's the problem. Mental shortcuts are the manipulator's favorite weapon. When you stop thinking for yourself, you start thinking as they want you to think. And at that moment, you've already lost. You've become another repeater of someone else's ideas, another echo with no substance. Schopenhauer warned, reading is thinking with someone else's head instead of your own. And most people live like that, thinking with borrowed heads, without realizing they stopped being themselves long ago. But here's what will really shake you. Stupidity isn't just ignorance, it's cowardice in disguise. It's easier not to know than to face what you know. It's more comfortable to follow the current than to swim against it. It's less painful to accept the official version than to investigate for yourself. That's why modern society rewards fools. Because fools don't bother anyone, don't challenge anything, don't demand change. They are predictable, manageable, disposable. And the most messed up thing is that many choose to be fools consciously. Not because they can't understand, but because understanding implies responsibility.
Come on, bruh.
If you know something is wrong, you have to do something about it. But if you pretend you don't know, you can live without guilt.
Yes.
Sartre.
Man, they gotta be one of the biggest things that I wake up to. Understand that I'm so grateful to not be that way. Like, I'm so grateful to not be that way, bruh. Do you not know how amazing it is to have a conscience in 2025? I'm not sure if y'all want to be grateful and thankful for anything, be thankful that you got common sense. I'm telling you, common sense is to have common sense and to be consciously aware and to literally acknowledge when you do something wrong. I'm telling y'all, that got to be one of the best, greatest feelings ever. Forget materialism, forget a car, a house, trying to be rich and successful and all of that. You will be rich and successful from within once you're able to regain I'm telling y'all, man, regain consciousness and see exactly what I'm talking about. And I to all the people out there that want to debate with what I'm saying, what do you mean regain? Because we already conscious. What are you talking about? No. It's the way that how you going to. It's what you're doing to yourself. You made yourself become unconscious the minute that you believe that you are already conscious, because you feel like I have a conscious, so I'm conscious. No, it don't rock that way. When you using your conscious incorrectly, now you think and act the same just like everybody else who has just a conscious. They can't even think for themselves. They think according to the next person too. Yeah, you gotta unplug, bruh. You literally have to unplug from the matrix. You gotta unplug all the way. And I'm talking about do everything the opposite of what everybody else does. You're gonna stand out. That at that moment, you're gonna stand out. But when you do everything right, you're going to create a bad name for yourself. But at the same time, there's people out there that's going to love you for being real. They're going to love you for being you. You know, there is people out there that admire authenticity. So don't feel discouraged the minute that you're ready to be authentic. Just because of how somebody else feels about you. When you leave this earth, they ain't coming with you. When you go through trial and error, they ain't there with you. When you walking along your journey and you just, going through so much, you can't call on that person to come save you and help you. They don't care about you. They act like they do, but they don't. I'm telling you. I used to think the same way. Everybody cared about me. Everybody loved me. Until I unplugged myself from the matrix and it showed me how all the people that I thought really truly loved me and cared about me actually didn't, because they didn't respect my beliefs, and they damn sure didn't respect the fact that I think differently from them. They ain't respect nothing about me. When I decided that I wanted to stop celebrating holidays, everybody took me for a joke. They said, she must be off something. Or she must be join a, cult religion or something like that. I'm telling you, very close family members think this way about me. Oh yeah, they still think this way about me to this day. They still don't respect me to this day. It had to get to the point where I had to change my number on them, because even though they knew that I don't celebrate holidays anymore, they kept sending me happy Thanksgiving text messages and happy Easter. And when people don't respect you, when they don't respect your beliefs, they don't respect you. Because what you refuse to believe in is not a joke, but it is to them, because they look at it as a debate. They look at it as, oh, you must be drunk, you must be high. You must be, like I said, joining a cult. Something is wrong with you for knowing what's right. But you can't care about other people's judgment, though. That's the thing. When you continue to care too much about what others think about you, then you ain't gonna be able to unplug. Because the people that think or feel a way about you just because you're willing to change, when they think about you in a negative way, that lets you know everything that you need to know. If they're judging you for wanting change, then obviously they don't respect you. You need to open up your eyes and keep that blindfold off. Pay attention to the ones that's around you. I guarantee you, y'all don't want to test this theory out. I guarantee you that you don't want to be up for the challenge. And I mean really up for the challenge. And I'm saying this, and I'm really meaning it when I say it. And I mean like really changing the way that you think and how you think like everybody else, how you celebrate like everybody else, how you leave out at the same time as everybody else. You don't check your bags, you don't check your receipt. You always angry on Mondays. I guarantee you, when you result in changing, and I mean like turning away from the things that you dislike, the same things that everybody else of this world dislikes. I'm talking about the people that's in the matrix. Once you decide to step outside of that, you are going to see how many family members that you sat around today on Thanksgiving that claim that they cared about you, they respect you, they love you, all of that, giving you hugs, and you're gonna see how they're going to have a whole different view of you the minute that you show change. Minute that you show change, but let's keep going.
Called it bad faith, the lie you tell yourself to avoid freedom. Because freedom is terrifying. It means you can't blame anyone else, that your choices are yours, that failure is yours too. So what do? You hide behind voluntary ignorance and pray that no one notices you're pretending. Now think about this. Who are the idols of modern society? Not scientists, not philosophers, not thinkers. They're influencers, celebrities, empty characters whose only skill is attracting attention. And what message does that send? That content doesn't matter, only appearance. That you don't need to know anything, you only need to look interesting. That depth is irrelevant if you have the right aesthetics. It's the absolute triumph of superficiality. And it's not accidental. In a society where image is everything, deep thought is a nuisance. Because thinking takes time, and time doesn't generate engagement.
Exactly.
Digital platforms weren't designed to encourage reflection. They were designed to capture your attention.
He put in the chat, fake it till you make it. I said, exactly. Fuck it till you make it. All right, y'all. Y'all know I'm tripping. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that the Matrix doesn't exist. It's just, you know, I'm not, see, people, they think of the Matrix like literal, you know? It's just the word that we use in relation to the movie The Matrix. It is the damn Matrix when you think about it. The system is the Matrix. Hello? So the system don't exist?
And sell it to the highest bidder. Every scroll, every click, every second you spend staring at the screen is money for someone else. And the more superficial the content, the faster you consume it.
Yep.
The more ads you see,
Yep.
the more money they make.
Yes.
It's a perfect cycle.
Yes.
You think you're choosing what to watch, but the algorithm already decided for you.
Already.
It shows you what it...
I heard that when you scrolling through your algorithm, if you spend more than 5 to 10 seconds watching a video that you're trying to decide if you want to watch it or not, the algorithm is going to choose for you. So the next time when you scrolling through your algorithm, you're going to start seeing the same exact videos, because it's like the algorithm knows that that's what you want. If you don't want to see that video, you wouldn't even spend 5 seconds on it. You wouldn't even spend 10 seconds on it. But the fact that you spent longer than 5 to 10 seconds, it knows what you want now. It knows what you want. It knows what you want to see. That's why some of y'all probably be like, man, why the hell this stuff steady popping up in my, you know what I'm saying? Why is this steady constantly popping up in my algorithm? Because you probably didn't even mean to spend 5 to 10 seconds on that video. But you did. The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself. That's crazy. You said they will also... I mean, you said funny how he keeps saying that when it literally is, sadly, people. They will also make you subscribe to someone's channel after you like or watch a video. Yes, yes, it would. Yes, it would. It was so many times where I had to unsubscribe from people's channel. I'm like, I didn't never subscribe to their channel. Just because I watched the video, it automatically subscribed. That's crazy.
knows will keep you hooked, not what will help you grow. And so, without noticing, you become a passive consumer.
The algorithm knows what can keep you hooked, not what can make you grow. It wants you to stay hooked. It wants you to remain in this mindset of a never-ending cycle. It just wants your mind to be gone. A lot of y'all people out there are walking social medias. You want to delete your social media account, but it's too late. You are your social media account. A lot of y'all said y'all was going to delete y'all Facebooks a long time ago, and you still got Facebook up. Yeah, you might not be on there a lot, but you are Facebook. You are a walking Facebook. You might not be on TikTok that much, but you a walking TikTok. Just saying.
Doomer, a digital zombie wandering aimlessly.
And
here's the darkest twist. Modern society doesn't just reward fools, it needs them.
Yes.
It needs people who don't question,
Yep.
don't analyze,
Yep.
don't connect the dots. Because if everyone started thinking critically, the system would collapse in weeks. Who
Yep.
would accept meaningless jobs if they really reflected on the purpose of their life?
Come on, man.
Who would keep consuming trash if they understood how they're emotionally manipulated?
My Stitch Fix stylist just convinced me to never step foot in a mall ever again. All I did was tell Stitch Fix that I'm.
Who would vote for corrupt politicians if they looked beyond slogans?
Come on, man.
The system survives thanks to the intellectual passivity of the
Yes.
masses.
Yes.
And that passivity isn't natural, it's cultivated.
Yep.
From education to mass media, everything is designed to keep you distracted,
Yes.
divided,
Come on.
docile. They give you bread and circuses,
Come on,
like in
bro.
ancient Rome. And as long as you have entertainment and food,
Yep.
you won't ask who's making the real
on, bruh.
decisions.
And then, oh my gosh, man, I had scrolled past this. We gonna do this video for about 3-4 more minutes, y'all. I scrolled past this video earlier on YouTube, and the title of the video said, a man acting outrageous at the airport. So this was a small YouTuber who recorded a person at the airport. I guess this happened a few years ago. Matter of fact, it happened like 4 years ago. This was when, people were wearing the mask and stuff like that. So the guy just started flipping out, in the airport, and this happened in Orlando, Florida. And they had the Orlando, Florida Police Department in there. They had, security shackling them up and putting the tasing them, and he was just still going crazy. So people pulled out their phones. That's where I wanted to get to. People pulled out their phones and they started recording. And I said, oh my God, here we go. I mean, everybody are so deeply entertained and interested in entertainment, and they see other people record. See, this is what I mean. Masses of people, it doesn't matter what country you from. If you lost, baby. I don't care if you're from Pakistan. Look, I don't care what country you from. I don't care if you're from Japan. It's people out here that still lost, bro. Still lost. People literally pull out their phones and record everything. It ain't just the United States of America. And I said, one thing I could say about social media, boy, it got y'all so gone that y'all have seen other people recording other people and getting famous off of recording other people. And let's be 100, you claim you don't want the fame, but you do. You do want to be famous. You want instant gratification. You want people to notice you, to acknowledge that, hey, it was him. He's the one that actually recorded that incident from 10 years ago. And it has 150 million views now. Come on, bro. Y'all just so interested in being the first to, hey, if you can get an award for it, you would get it. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody loves entertainment to the point where they will pull out their phones and record a person getting ran over and hit by look, let me tell y'all something. This world is, and I'm gonna get back to the video. This world is sick when there is traffic lights. You got cameras on top of the traffic poles, right? That is recording horrific, fatal car crashes and posting it on social media, bro. Who's behind this? I done seen somebody, brains in the middle of the damn ground from a car accident. This all was posted on YouTube. I don't know who has control over this stuff, but they have a whole YouTube channel and they're posting. And this is not just one state that's doing this, it's multiple states. I'm not sure if y'all paying attention to that, but it's so sickening. It's like They feel like you watch television so much that not only did they give you Netflix, but they gave you Tubi. Not only did they give you Tubi, excuse me, y'all. Not only did they get y'all Tubi and Netflix, but man, I can they gave you Amazon Prime. They didn't gave you Peacock. Man, there's so many damn movie apps. Hulu, you name it. And majority of them, some of them is free and some of them you got to pay money for. But they feel like, hey, we ain't making enough money from them watching actual regular television, so we gonna throw all these movies into these different apps and stuff and keep your mind going. And then it gets to the point where not only do you sit back and watch movies, but you scroll through your phone. So they got something even better for you. It's more like a movie scene for you. Cameras sitting on top of traffic lights that's recording fatal car accidents and trucks hitting people. And I mean, this is happening in real time, in real life. They look at it as entertainment. That's why they posting it. But you looking like, ooh, shit. Let me replay that one. You know what I'm saying? Let me replay. Let me share this. Let me replay. Let me fast forward so I can get to the juicy part. They want to keep your mind going.
Juvenal summed it up 2,000 years ago. The people who once granted power now ask only for two things: bread and circuses. And here we are, 2 millennia later, falling into the same trap. Now comes the philosophical part that few are willing to accept. Wisdom has always been a curse disguised as a virtue.
Yep.
The wise see what others don't, understand what others can't, and that condemns them to brutal existential loneliness.
Yes.
Because when you understand how the game works, you can no longer play it innocently.
You can't.
Every social interaction becomes a theater where everyone acts, but only you see the strings. Every superficial conversation reminds you how much people pretend not to know.
For real.
Every news story reveals manipulations others can't detect, and that weighs on you. It weighs so much that many wise people end up withdrawing, not because they hate people, but because they can't stand the constant farce. Kierkegaard expressed it brutally. Most men live in despair without realizing it, and the wise are the ones who do realize it, but can't do anything about it. Because waking up someone who doesn't want to wake up is impossible.
Ha.
You can show them the truth, but if they're not ready, they'll reject it. Not due to lack of evidence, but because evidence destroys their comfort zone. And most people prefer the comfort of ignorance over the discomfort of knowledge.
Yep.
Here is the
Come on,
psychological
bro. That's why I
trick that
said
dominates
uncomfortable
everything.
truth.
Human beings don't seek truth. They seek coherence.
Mm-hmm.
They want the world to make sense,
Mm-hmm.
even if that sense is false.
Mm-hmm.
That's why well-told lies are more appealing than uncomfortable truths. A lie tells you everything is fine, that the system works, that effort will be rewarded. The truth tells you the system is broken, that effort guarantees nothing, that justice is an illusion. Which one do you prefer to hear? The lie, obviously, because the lie allows you to move forward without questioning yourself. The truth forces you to rebuild everything from scratch. And rebuilding is scary. It requires courage. It implies letting go of certainties you believed unshakable. That's why modern society punishes the wise. Because the wise destroy certainties, and certainties are the social glue.
This is the Speediest Gym Monster 2. And if you're not familiar with the Speediest Gym Monster, let's first talk about what it is.
Without them, people panic, get lost.
Okay, y'all, we gonna stop it right there. Oh, what's up, Tortas? You said we are always being watched. Life is a stimulation. We just entertainment to the elite and the rich. Yes, 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 yes. That is so damn true. Um, Yeah, hating us because we're wise is diabolical. And honestly, y'all, that's why I have been looking into. I still been doing further research into it because
Become dangerous.
I don't want anybody. I don't want to miseducate anybody on anything, But I have been looking into the atlas, the 3-eye atlas thing. And I done found out a lot about that. Um, Let me play some little instrumental. So I'm still learning about it, Still, uh, when I first started hearing about it, I didn't check into it because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought it was just when I kept seeing it all through the algorithm a few months ago, I thought it was just something that everybody was just thirsty to talk about again, But something just kept telling me, like, just look into it. Just look into it. Just look into it, You don't have to not look into it just because everybody else they got their theories on it. You just do your own research and look into it. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been finding out a lot of crazy stuff about it. I'm not gonna speak on it yet, but I encourage y'all to go do y'all own research. But it's crazy that what you said is so true. They hate us because of wisdom. The whole thing in a nutshell, guys, is they want y'all to continue to be lost. They want you to keep celebrating so you can keep spending money so you can get the money back to them. They want you to keep believing that you have to work till you die. Work till you die. They don't care. They can care less. You're just a number to them. You're just the pieces to their game, okay? And they're going to continue to strategically move those pieces across the board until you die. They don't care if they don't care if you get tired. The thing is, they are ready to know, are you tired enough? Because the minute that you escape their game, then you a threat. You know? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah, I just look to all the people that want to stop celebrating holidays and stuff. I encourage you to cold turkey it. I encourage you to stop following the latest trends, or there's another trend that I didn't get to on here of women making their husbands plates and acting like a slave in front of their father-in-law. It's just very stupid. And it's a damn shame how many women that's older than me that is willing to do this trend. And I don't want to hear that it's just fun. See, the thing is, you'll do anything for the algorithm. You are to the point where you're starting to take your life as an actual joke. It's just so much going on around us. I just want to be funny. Yeah, but the question is, how long are you going to be funny? The question is, are you going to become a comedian because the algorithm wants you to? See, people, they do stuff and they end up getting stuck in the algorithm, and then they get stuck in the matrix. Then they get stuck into constantly uploading videos for more likes, for clicks. Then they turn around and they say it's not for the clicks and the views. But when you see that you have became noticed, when they noticed you, when you see that you finally reached 1 million views for the video that you uploaded, now you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. Even though you don't have to. You have to. You feel like you have to. because you feel like you just broke the algorithm. Wait a minute. That one video that I just did that got 1 million views, I just broke the algorithm. I got to do this again. Now you become addicted to the likes, to the clicks, to the views, because you are satisfying the eyes of people that can care less about you. Because when you die, they ain't coming with you. They ain't even gonna come to your funeral. They just gonna give you your flowers when you're dead, and then forget about you 24 hours later. And then they're gonna look for someone else that does similar things that you've done. I'm just saying, bro. All of this is connected. All of it is connected. Just gotta stop celebrating holidays. Be different. Be authentic. Be you. Don't give a damn about what anybody else has to say about you. Just know that what you're doing, what you decide to do after watching this video is right. If you decide to stop and go cold turkey, what you're doing is right. You taking the right steps. And don't just do it because I'm encouraging you to do it. Do it because you want to stop doing it for real. You said if they ain't love your truth, would you start to lie? You know what I'm saying? If they didn't love your truth, would you start to lie? Because a lot of people do that. I actually know a person that knows the truth about a lot of things, but they continue to put a mask on and push themselves to be around people that hates them. They continue to keep a mask on and just fake it till they make it, even though they know the truth about a lot of things. They got too much pride to change for real. You funny. But I just want to say this too. We are living amongst zombies, y'all. And them zombies, they'll bite you spiritually if you let them. They're infected. They're so infected that they're unconscious. They're so infected that they're full of themselves. They're so infected that they're prideful. They're so infected that they are completely unaware. They see the truth, they hear it, but yeah, they done fell on deaf ears at this point because they are infected. And I know people that were infected since birth, and they died infected. But before they died, they infected other people. And it's just an ongoing thing. People are still getting infected into this day. And you know what's crazy? The only thing that's going to help bring you back to life is regaining consciousness. Just snapping out of it. Just delete your social media. Delete that social media that you so addicted. Delete it. And stop doing everything according to the ways of the world. I've seen about 12 people. Not 12, y'all. I've seen about 3 people leave out the house at the same time. 2 o'clock. They all pulling out their driveways at the same time. Getting ready to go to Thanksgiving. You already know. Everybody does everything around the same time every day. 12 o'clock p.m., 1 o'clock p.m., 2 o'clock p.m., 12 o'clock, everybody going to lunch, especially if it's a weekday. 12, 1 o'clock, everybody going to lunch. 2, 3 o'clock, people getting ready to go get their kids from school. Between 6 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. everybody's getting ready to go to work and school. The whole world does everything at the same time, pretty much. The question is, are you going to be one of the ones to stop? Are you going to start questioning things that, especially when you know that don't sound right, that don't look right? I'm wondering. Well, don't keep wondering. Look into it. Yeah, put God first through everything. Because that's one of the biggest things. It's like, I hear a lot of talk about celebrating the holidays and stuff like that, but not enough talking about God. But let them tell it. Let them tell it. It's all about God, though. You know? And you can get that person out of here with their evil, demonic words that they're putting in this live stream. You know? A lot of people are so pissed off that I'm even talking right now. They don't even understand why I'm even saying anything. Because it's Thanksgiving. I'm just saying things to stop them from celebrating holidays because I don't celebrate it. Whole time, it's just the truth. And a lot of y'all need to wake up. And if you want to wake up, I want to encourage you to wake up now. If you want to wake up, I just want to say, like, it's never too late. It does not matter how old you are. You see people in here talking about they stopped celebrating holidays in the 2nd grade. I'm just saying, anybody can do it. If me and my husband can do it and we can't, right, do your research. If me and my husband can do it and we are 3.5, almost 4 years in, cold turkey, no celebrating no holidays, didn't even introduce our child into it or nothing, y'all can do it too. For real. You don't have to hate someone or dislike someone just because they decided to stop doing something that you want to continue to indulge in. But all I'm going to encourage you to do your research. All right, y'all. Thank everybody for coming out, staying in the stream. If you stayed, engaging. Thank everybody. Make sure you go do your research. Put God first at all times, though. And, hey, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Get the likes up on this. Share this stream. And if you want to donate to the channel, like I said earlier, there's the super chat and the Cash App is pinned below next to the topic. And you know what, y'all? I got more live streams coming. Not sure if I'm going to do one tomorrow. Who knows? Just make sure y'all stay tuned. Wake them folks up.